He's managed to get himself on the inside, but he's caught up on the curve. Sean Allen, the outside special. We've had a huge crash. This can't be real.
I think he might have the strong done finally. He's the one who gives him no space. He's in the wall. He's in the wall. Turn 4. He's taking out Bruce Dean as well. Oh, big moment there. Kurt Stenberg on his roof.
Big crash in turn 4. That is unfortunate. Huge crash.
Last round of the ASC Super 2 Championship went to Pukehoke Park Raceway in New Zealand. Brett Geraedts claimed the pole position, but with a poor start it allowed Benjamin Dahlia to get the jump off the front row of the grid and lead into turn 1. It was a mostly clean opening lap until Peter Stenberg found trouble at the last corner, having a rollover over the fence into the crowd. The battling in the mid-pack continued between Brapp and RSM Latino, with Brapp being a cork in the bottle for a lot of the race.
Yeah, I think he's got him here. Yep. Definitely.
A couple of drivers found troubles, with Peter Richards having a big off out of turn 3, hitting the inside wall and then the outside wall, and then Wayne Carr having a monumental off at the end of the back straight, and going backwards through the tyre bundles, only to have another off the very next lap, coming onto the back straight and hitting the inside wall, basically almost a repeat of what Peter Richards had done only a few laps earlier. After his strong start, Brapp continued to battle with a number of drivers, with Brett Geraedts putting the pressure on and getting a move done around the outside into turn 1, which was pretty impressive. But after the 13 laps, it was Benjamin Dahlia who crossed the line to claim his 3rd win and 5th podium so far in this championship, to really put himself down as a strong contender, with Brett Geraedts recovering for 2nd spot, with RSM Latino in 3rd, Tony in 4th, and Brapp rounding out our top 5. The rest of the top 10 was rounded out by Matt Cecil, Marshy, Lachlan Horan, Wayne Carr and a claim bite. Race 2 got underway in very much the same fashion as Race 1, with Benjamin Dahlia getting the jump off the line and Brapp getting another strong start, making it 3 wide in the background for the 2nd position. It was Brapp that would prevail in P2 as the rest of the field continued to squabble into the opening couple of corners.
Brett holds 3rd there.
Brett Geraedts once again had another poor start and was under pressure from RSM Latino for the majority of the opening lap.
Defensive quite early. Notice that Tino's actually picked his aggression up a lot this year compared to last.
Definitely has been. This battle for the final spot on the podium continued to rage on to the 2nd lap, with RSM Latino just not being able to find a way by, and Brett Geraedts coming into the end of the back straight, making a slight error and running slightly wide, with these two both missing their braking marker. It was then, starting lap 3, that Brapp made an error coming through the final corner, allowing Brett Geraedts to get back up into the 2nd position, with RSM Latino all over the back of Brapp, trying to find a way by. No, we caught the end of it. He managed to find that way by with an aggressive move at the end of the back straight, getting back into the 3rd position, putting Brapp back under the pressure from Tony and the others behind, and creating another train like we saw in the first race. Tony going to try and run the outside. Tony's going to watch out. Matt Cecil's right there as well to take advantage of this. It was then Tony that put the pressure on Brapp, with Brapp really being the guy that was feeling the pressure from everyone after his awesome start. Matt Cecil putting the block on. This battle continued to develop, with Brapp holding up the train of cars and Marshy making a slight error in the background and cannoning back into the middle of the field. It was then that we had another one of our broadcasting interruptions. And I'm gonna fucking kill myself. After that little interruption, it was Brapp that continued to be in the firing line, with Tony still working to try and get past him in what was an incredible scrap that went on for a number of laps. Wayne Carr's going to get the move done as well. And the 2 Penrite towards the back of the train, Steve Warwick went on for a move on Tony and looped himself out, causing him to go right to the back of the train and lose a number of spots. That's dropped him back to the 10th spot. Oh, and Wayne Carr in the fence. Uncaught by the broadcast, Matt Cecil had a big slide at the end of the back straight, hitting the curb and rolling over, managed to get back on 4 wheels and somehow driving away without any sign of damage. Brapp continued to be under fire, with the recovering Wayne Carr managing to get a move done on him into turn 1, as Brapp continued to fall down the order after his start. Then, you guessed it, Brapp under fire from the next car in the train, Peter Richards, with Brapp falling way back down the field, but being in the centre of pretty much all the battles, must say. DNF the last race, I think, but impressive in this one. And then this happened. One of the greatest bits of commentary so far that myself and Colin have witnessed. Enjoy this.
Well, I wouldn't talk too soon.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, again, not sure how many laps left, but...
Well, there's 2 laps left. He did spray off the road in the last corner of the last
Oh
lap.
no! He's hit the fence,
Oh my.
but he's
And
recovered.
The commentators
Oh
and
no,
he's hit the
he's hit the fence again, and he's around.
Oh, Colin,
no.
he's the mistaken path out.
I cannot believe it.
We just
I
given him the
honestly
ramp,
cannot believe it.
and he goes and pins it completely. You gotta be kidding me! What a commentator's curse that was.
I cannot believe it. Just as I said, we shouldn't speak too soon. He goes and does that.
You gotta be kidding me, car. Stop doing this to us. I don't know what car's doing, but we're definitely not giving him another wrap. Definitely is. After the 20 laps, it was Benjamin Dahlia with another dominant victory, winning his 4th race of the season and his 2nd round clean sweep. With RSM Latino in 2nd place and Brett Geraedts rounding out the podium in what was an exciting race. Tony and Bratt followed with Matt Cecil, Steve Warwick, Marshy, Wayne Carr and a clean bite rounding out the 10. With Steve Burko being absent at New Zealand, the championship now has a new leader with RSM Latino with a 18-point lead over Tony. With Benjamin Dahlia in 3rd, Brapp in 4th equal with Brett Geraedts, Steve Burko now in 6th after leading going into round 4, with Wayne Carr in 7th equal with Matt Cecil, and Steve Warwick and a clean boat rounding out the 10. The team's championship now has RSM Racing leading, which is Wayne Carr and RSM Latino, with Stealth Penrite Racing of Steve Warwick and Tony in 2nd position, Middle Figure Racing in 3rd, Ford Jack Generals Racing in 4th, and Dahlia Racing in 5th. As we head west, the championship looks to heat up, with it very tight at the top. We'll see who prevails at Barbagallo Raceway. And welcome back to Wanneroo Raceway, as we currently see Benjamin Dahlia going around for another lap. We've got 3 minutes left in this practice, but basically pseudo qualifying session that's going to set the order for the full field shootout that we're going to do very shortly. Currently only have 14 drivers in the server, with the only one not to set a lap time being Matt Cecil. RSM Latino is currently our pace sitter.
Yeah, he is. Currently the only driver in the 53s as well, so that's impressive.
He is championship leader now, so will we see him put in a good performance tonight with this longer race?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how everyone performs with the 35 laps ahead, but I'd say more of the experienced drivers will probably get their head around it pretty quickly.
Yeah, I'm picking your guys like your RSM Latinos, your Benjamin Dahlias, your Steve Burkos, even your old man Cole. And guys that have run in the main, even Tony, guys that have run in the main series before are going to be at a big benefit here tonight, because they've done pit stops, they've done longer races, and they're experienced at this kind of stuff. Guys like Brett and Kai, I don't know how much AMS they've done and how many pit stops they've done. So
Yeah,
this could be one of the times where they kind of struggle.
Well, with a minute 30 remaining, times are pretty close between the first two, and then there's about a half a second gap from 3rd onwards, so it'll be interesting to see how this shootout will go.
Well, it's anyone's game, because if you mess up your lap, you're starting last. And that's why we wanted to put the pressure on some guys. We were considering just doing top 10, but we thought, you know, there's not that many more cars, might as well give it the full run. It's only a short circuit here. Give everyone a go of it and see what everyone can do. Put it all on the line. There's 35 laps to come back from any drama that you may have in the shootout, so it's not going to hurt the fast guys too much, but it will be interesting to see who goes conservative and who goes full out max attack.
Well, that's right, and let's not forget there's track cuts active and stuff, so whether you go full attack or sort of reserved and just bank a good lap time, hope for the best, but I'm sure a lot of these guys will just go as hard as they can.
So am I. But you run wide at the last corner here, and your lap's done. So you can put in a good lap and get all the way to the last corner, and it can be all over. As Matt Cecil still has not set a lap time.
That's a shame for Matt.
It is a bit of a shame. I'm hoping that
sorted out for the shootout.
Hoping that he'll have everything sorted for the shootout. He's obviously having some technical dramas. I'm just looking. No one is lighting up the sector screens at the minute.
Looks like everyone's done a banker quite early.
Yeah, everyone's done their banker quite early in this session, and they're not sure if they're playing it. Well, RSM Latino's actually up, as I say that.
He's actually done a purple sector, yes.
So maybe he has left his best to last. Maybe this is a shootout run, but he's run a bit wide there. He's got traffic in one of the Penrite cars in front.
He might be picking up drafts, so it'll be interesting to see.
Did lose a bit in that middle sector. He's right up behind the back. Is that Steve Warwick?
It is. Still
no
did a 54-1. It's impressive.
I think he's going to be hard to beat in this session, but we'll see.
Well, I think it's safe to say he'll be the last car out in the shootout, so...
I mean, he will be. He'll have it all to play for. He'll be able to see what everyone else has done before he goes out there, and he'll be able to dictate how hard he goes. So that session's over. So now we fall into the top 10 shootout, or top 14 shootout it's going to be.
Yeah, it is.
So we'll get on with that. And Matt Cecil's going to be the first car out.
Looks like there's actually no crowds here at Perth. Looks like they're following the laws.
I have sort of noticed that there seems to be no crowds.
A bit quiet, you can hear the birds.
You can definitely hear the birds, no race cars.
Birds making noise at night time, it's a bit unusual.
Come on, Matt. Come on, Matt.
So have we received word from Matt whether he's fixed his issues or?
We've got cars on the circuit. I have no comment from Matt, so unfortunately I'm going to forfeit his shootout because he's not here.
Yeah.
He's not.
Well, we're just going to have to send the next car out.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
That's unfortunate. Obviously he's having issues. I haven't heard any word from him, but
Show must go on.
show must go on, unfortunately. It's unfortunate for him. I did know he was having some issues. I will just say that.
There we go.
There we
Well,
go.
Dodger's
So
out.
Dodger's going to be the first car out. 13th in the last session, slowest time. We'll see what Dodger can put together in this session.
There's a lot of Dodger fans out there.
There is a lot of Dodger fans out there. It's been doing a lot better this season, it must be said.
I think he stayed off the what the sponsors say on the car and concentrated more on his driving. So
Definitely put in a good effort. Simmons Plains was a very impressive round for him, which is something that we didn't say last year. So
No.
but will be interesting to see what time he put in. He was. You can see what time he put in the qualifying leading into this, but.
See what the Jack Daniels racer can do. She starts the lap heading into turn 1. Using second gear.
Yeah. Unusual, but I mean, I think I actually use second gear. I don't know. I go down quite low there.
Oh, using the throttle to get the car around there. 22.7, first sector. Here he comes, up to the second sector, it's 39.8.
So what will be the
Into the
first
final
benchmark?
corner. Uses the curb on the inside. And there we go.
So he's done a 56.8 to set our first time. It's not a bad time, to be honest.
Not a bad time from
It's a good
old
bacon.
Dodge there.
So watch now, it'll be a claim by the next car on track in the Ford Credit Ford Falcon.
The lolly car, as I call it.
You do call it the lolly car?
Here he goes. Approaching turn 1. Oh, he's missed the apex slightly there. He's tried to use the throttle to get the car around and he's got it around.
It will be interesting to see what his time is to the first sector split.
Through here is pretty difficult to actually see when you're driving because it's not very lit up down through this part of the circuit.
Oh shit, wrong thing I've said in the chat. Meant Denny. Shit. I don't have the... That's what I meant to say. Sorry, I'm doing my own dramas. The claimback comes across. He's run very wide there and... He's done a 58.1 bar.
58.1.
Denny's now out on track. Will be interesting to see what Stenny can do in the...
Well, this is the hometown track for you guys. So.
It is the hometown track in the Pleb Sim Sport Commodore. So he's done a lot of laps around here in the past. Hasn't done much practice this week, but I knows this venue very well.
Let's see how the VF Commodore goes.
Oh, he's gone in very deep into turn 1.
Big lock up.
Big lock up, flat on the brakes.
The car turned in nicely there, gets the apex quite well.
Yeah, he's got up the hill quite nicely and he's up
Yeah.
by a tenth.
10th and a half. 22.5. The Dunlop curb cam happening.
We do have the Dunlop curb cam happening. So he comes out of the bowl over the hill. Down the back straight, he's up by quite a fair way here. So this is going to be a 55, I'd say. I reckoning.
You can get the final corner.
Oh, he's had a big lock up there, but he's gone well through the final corner. He uses the exit curve as a motocross berm. And he's had his lap.
Oh,
He must have got a cut track.
must have got a cut track.
That's
That's
unusual
unfortunate.
because that shouldn't have been a cut track, but anyway. It was purple to every other sector.
That's a shame for Stenny there.
It is.
See what Wayne Carr can do.
Let's see
Now
what
this
Wayne
guy,
can do.
we always talk about how well he does in qualifying, but then when it comes to the races, mate, I tell you, sometimes you give him a wrap and he's ended up in the fence.
Yeah, well, I'm
The
actually
very next
surprised
second.
he's ended up this far back in the qualifying order. Like, I would have thought he would have been faster than this. So
Yeah.
could be a surprise packet of this shootout.
It's out of there nicely.
He's out of there nicely.
Just sort of hug the inside here. Get on the power early.
He's been doing good. Yeah, he's up
Yeah,
half a
that's-
second.
It's a pretty good first sector, to be honest. Anywhere in the high 21s will get you into the, well, looking like it'll get you into the 54s if you can set the rest of the lap up. So 22.1 isn't too bad. He's almost 1.5 seconds faster now.
Yeah, he's
the
up by a
second
fair
sector.
mile here. It's going to be a good lap here from Wayne Carr. Across the line with a 54.9, so that's a pretty competitive lap time there from Wayne Carr, and I reckon that'll put him further up the grid. The next car is Peter Richards.
Peter Richards.
Going up the hill. So this guy, I think it's his first round last round, believe it or not, even though he's actually done a couple of... He did a test round and he did appear at Tasmania in the qualifying, but didn't elect to race. So it'll be interesting to see what kind of a lap time he calls out.
He's approaching the final corner now to start the lap. He's used a very weird line.
Has used a very weird line, but see if it got him a good run onto the straight. He's gone very
Sort of had a
deep.
double
Apexing
go at the
turn one.
brake. He sort of broke early, then hesitated and got off, and then went back on again, and caused him to brake too late.
I'll talk to you about it in a
Turn
sec.
one. Very wide out of there. But he's up. Wow.
He's up.
Very wide at the bowl. Comes up out of the bowl. It's important to get a good exit. And he's down. Not by much, just under
Not by
2
much.
tenths.
It's actually been a pretty good lap here from Peter. I should have. And he's crossed the line. And I've released Tony out of the pits very late because I was distracted by something.
That's fine.
So that's, we've got Tony out on the track now. So that's Peter Richards P2. That's a good lap time from him.
And here's Mr. Consistent himself. You like to call him?
Yeah, I expect him to have a really good result here tonight.
So do I.
I think this kind of format will suit his driving style more than some of the other driving styles and people in the field. Just that he's clean, consistent, never gets involved in anything, never gets any airtime pretty much, other than not getting involved in other people's problems. Just what you want to do, that's the ultimate goal. So,
Well, I believe he's actually sitting second in the championship because of...
he is, he's only 18 points off Latino, and Latino's, I'd say honestly Latino's been a faster driver throughout the season.
Just goes to show that consistency definitely helps to get you up in the championship.
Definitely does. Championships are all about consistency and finishing as high as you can on a bad day, and this is one thing that this guy excels at. So he comes through the big left hand up the hill.
It looks like he's got that nicely.
And he's
Yeah,
good first sector.
up just over a tenth. Just got to concentrate on it. Oh, he's had a moment. Let's get the Dunlop curve cam happening again. Comes up out of the bowl. Yeah,
He's
that
down.
cost him a
He
lot of
lost a
time.
lot of time there on the exit.
He had that little wriggle on entry, and it sort of just stuffed his whole momentum in getting the exit out of the bowl, which is so important for lap time here. Yeah, it's cost him a lot of time.
Yeah, it's cost him a lot of time. It's put him in third, which he'll be pretty disappointed at, I'd say. But nevertheless, it's a banker, it's a time, it puts him on the grid.
That's it. a long race also.
Yeah, it is a long race, so plenty of time to recover. So now we've got
Here's another
Bradford
guy.
on the circuit.
Usually quite fast. Always near the pointy end. So
Got a very good
there we
start
go.
last round, but just struggled in race trim, just race pace. He just was a bit of a cork in the bottle.
Starts the lap. Brakes at the right point. Or he sort of had to brake the car.
He sort of hesitated to get on the throttle there, up the hill.
Interesting to see if that cost him any time. Hugs the corner nicely there as it comes up. First sector, yeah, it's down 10th and a half.
Yeah, still though, could anything can happen in the rest of this lap. I do feel like Wayne Carr's lap time is a pretty good lap time for a shootout, and that he will come up a few spots, and Brad's lost a lot in the middle sector as well. So Wayne Carr's had a very good middle sector, is what we can deduce from this. And so did Peter Richards. There's just a lot of curb there at the final corner.
Yeah.
It's definitely unsettled the car.
Didn't get a lap time.
Didn't get a lap time. They must have got a cut track somewhere as well. That last corner again, I'd say, on that funky cut.
That's unlucky.
That is unlucky. It's a bit of an oddity there. Sometimes it's giving you cuts when it's all good, and I'm now waiting for Steve Warwick to exit the pit lane, I believe.
I believe so. I don't know what's going on there.
He's been given the call. He's still sitting there.
I'm actually in the next room from him, so I might go see what's happening.
Yeah.
Give you the live update. He was unsure if we were calling Steve Burko or himself, so...
No. I probably should have made that more clear, but...
That's fine.
Anyway, he's on his way now.
I ducked my head into the driver's door and said, "What's going on, mate?" And he said, "Which Steve?" So...
Well, here he is, Penrite Racing. Second car for Penrite Racing in the field today.
He's getting the tyres up to temp. Something I talked to him about today, especially the right-hand side tyres. Considering they stay a little bit cold here. He should press on from here.
He's going to press on from here. You've got to start the lap early, as Scafey would say, and...
Yeah, most definitely, especially here.
Especially here, it's only a short out lap. He comes out of the final corner. Let's see what Steve Warwick can do.
Let's use his third gear.
Yeah,
hard on the rev limiter, the hill.
Yeah, they've got a good run out of the first corner for sure.
Something I spoke to him about today was getting on the rev limiter.
Oh, and he's very close. Oh no!
Oh no!
He's gassed it up through the sweeper. That's going to cost him heaps.
I'd say that's nerves, mate.
I'd say that's nerves as well. Oh, and he's off the road.
Again.
It's been a disastrous lap here for Steve Warwick. Let's see if he does actually manage to finish the lap off and put a time in, knowing that others have not set a lap time.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but lucky it's a long race.
It is lucky it's a long race. And he sets a 1 minute 5. disappointed with, but at least it's going to put him ahead of some runners. So we now go to Brett Geraedts, middle figure racing driver, who has won, I believe it's 3 races he's won in this championship so far. Joined us late at Melbourne.
Let's see how he goes. Starts the lap off. Started it with a wide entry to try and gain some more speed down the straight.
This is a guy I expect to do quite well in this session, but then again, these guys have been sitting around for a while now, and they may be a bit rusty coming out here now.
Yeah. Like you just saw with Steve Warwick.
Well, he short shifted there.
Early.
It's
Yeah,
a
right.
very early short shift, but let's see if it hurts him. He's done pretty good in his first sector still. He's
22.2 has been pretty much everyone's benchmark, so.
I haven't seen too many go faster than
Oh,
that
that
in this.
was another mistake at the bowl. I reckon
Yeah.
he'd be down a lot here.
Only 2 tenths,
Yeah.
so he's recovered that fairly nicely, but it's I tell you, we're gonna have a mixed up grid here.
We are. Short shifted again.
Short
Oh,
shifted
he's got the car sideways.
Comes across the line with a 55.3, so that's 3rd place.
Oh, wow.
Oh, I should have.
Yeah, that's very surprising to me.
I released Burko quite late.
He's a guy I expect to do well in this session.
It is a guy I expect to do well in this session.
He usually performs well under pressure.
Does normally perform very well under pressure, this guy. Does a lot of racing in Automobilista and is normally pretty strong at it. He was our series leader until, and he has won a race in this series, but not missing last round until he had his championship campaign.
Has.
Just realised this is the 4th last car, so we're getting into the heavy hitters, for sure.
Yeah.
So let's see what Steve can do. Oh.
Looks
And
like there's been an issue there.
there has been an issue here. Don't know if it's on my end or where it is. Give me a second.
Hopefully we can get some pictures in a second. Just a P4,
So Steve Burko to P4.
the 55.3.
A lot of these top guys have been struggling to get their laps in.
Yeah,
That's for sure.
it's very surprising. I mean, we saw 53s earlier and low 54s, especially from these guys, and now they're struggling to get into the 54s. So it'd be interesting to see.
I'm hoping to get pictures back very shortly, guys. Apologies to Steve for missing his lap. We've been a lot more drama free this evening, so I'm hoping that that continues. And we should be back.
So who will be out next? It'll be
Kai
Kai Sloggett,
Yep.
with only 3 drivers remaining.
Only him and the 2 pace setters. Kai Sloggett's out on the track and I believe he's gone through the first sector on his lap.
I believe this is his outlap.
Is it his outlap?
I believe so. Pretty sure. Look. Oh no, it is his lap.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was his lap.
He was up to the first sector.
He was up to
He's
the
still
first
up.
sector. He's still up to the middle sector. I don't have live splits on the screen, but comes across the line and he's gone second fastest.
P2.
So a lot of guys have gone slower. Wayne Carr could be on for pole here, which is unbelievable.
Could be.
I said that was a competitive time, and it is a bit unbelievable. We've now got Ben Dahlia out on the track.
Maybe the track conditions gone away. Oh, I'm
Maybe
not
the
sure.
track
I'm
has
a
gone
bit
away.
baffled.
I'm a bit
We were a
baffled.
second quicker last session. So
Yeah, lost a lot of time, but we'll see what these guys can do. Maybe sitting around. I'm not sure what's going on. This is the nature of shootouts.
it is. Alright, starts the lap. He's had defeated another gear.
Yeah, try and minimise the wheel spin. You go back to second at turn 1. See what he does.
Hugs the apex there. See what he does at the first sector. He's up.
He is up.
So here we go.
This could be our pole man. He's done it before.
Oh, he's made a mistake.
He has made a
out of the
mistake.
bowl again. There's another mistake out of the bowl.
But he's still up though.
Oh, this will be close.
This is going to be very close.
That's what we like to see.
Is what we like to see.
Gets it turned in.
Avoids that
The
curve.
line.
And he's done a 54.8, so he's finally someone's knocked Wayne Carr off the pole position. So that's an impressive
remaining.
lap there from Ben. Yeah, we pick up RSM Latino, who's our last car to run.
I'll be very surprised if he doesn't grab pole here.
So will I. He's been the pace setter all week, pretty much. He's been, if you look at the live timing, he's been streets ahead of people in practice, so I expect him to do well, but he's been sitting around for 20 minutes, so definitely could affect what performance he puts in. He's done a very good line through turn 1, so
Interesting, he uses fifth there. Oh, he's run very wide.
he's run very wide. Oh, he's
Oh,
going to be
look at
close.
that.
Oh, a big
Oh.
wiggle.
It's committed from Cuz here.
He's committed. I know he quite likes this track from memory,
Oh,
so
run wide. Let's see what the second.
oh, it's gonna be nail biting for who gets pole position.
That's late under brakes.
He's got on the exit curve. Hopefully that doesn't give him a track cut. And he comes across and it's
Didn't.
P2.
Oh.
So he's missed out just. Wow, that's surprising. But how's that for your order and the time between them? And how's Wayne Carr jumping all the way from 10th up into 3rd?
Yeah, that was a good session.
Was a
Look
very
at the
good session.
top 5 cars covered by just over a tenth.
So we're now going to head into warm-up. So this is going to be an interesting race. The grid is very mixed up.
Yeah, it's very different, that's for sure.
So we're now into the 5-minute warm-up session. Might take this small opportunity to have a break before we get launch to the 35-lap race, and we'll catch you on the other side of that. And we are back here at Barbagallo Raceway for round 5 of the Super 2 or Automobilista Supercars Championship Super 2 Championship. Now we've got 35 laps for these drivers. Bit of a longer race, should be half an hour in duration. Yep, I'd imagine every driver will do that between about lap 5 and about lap 30 would be my predicted window. But I think most guys will be in around lap 15, lap 20. So I'll go through the grid again. Got Benjamin Dahlia off pole after that impressive lap in the shootout with RSM Latino in second. Wayne Carr in third, jumping from 10th in the practice with Kai Slogger in fourth, Peter Richards in fifth, Brett Geraedts in sixth, Steve Burko in seventh, Tony in eighth, which is a long way down for him, Brapp in ninth, Stenny in 10th, Dodgers 11th, Claimbite is in 12th, and Steve Warwick's off the back, it looks like. Oh, Matt Cecil's off the back. So Matt Cecil's got his issues sorted. Our first night event. They are always cooler here at night time. That is one thing, and that's one thing the drivers have to deal with. As I've lost pictures again. I've got, but I can't see anything. Sorry guys. This is really frustrating. That's unfortunate. Sorry for the issues, guys. This is just proof that no matter how much you test stuff doesn't work.
Still got Benjamin out in front, Latino in second. We've got Brett Geraedts from Middle Finger Racing and Kai also from Middle Finger Racing now up in fourth. They've moved up a couple of spots. Tony in fifth, so he's up a couple.
Yeah, looking at Steve Burko and Brapp must have had really poor starts looking at their first sector time, and same with Stenny and Wayne Carr. So we've got Benjamin Dahlia who leads from RSM Latino with Brett Geraedts in third and Kai Slogger in fourth. We will have pictures shortly.
I'm starting to hear some noise in the background, so might be getting some pictures back in a second.
We don't have pictures back because the computer has decided to not work again.
Oh, well, that's fair enough.
It's just my life story. But sorry guys, it's really unfortunate.
Well, looking at live timing, we've still got Benjamin out in front. Carr's in second and Kai now in third. So he's overtaking his teammate Brett. Tony in fifth. Wayne's back up to sixth. watching them cross the line.
Yes, it's Benjamin Daly who continues to lead from RSM Latino.
Got Dodger up in 9th and a Claim Bite up in 8th, so they've had a pretty good start.
Yeah, they've had a reasonable start. It seems to have stayed out of trouble.
Sounds like we've got pictures.
We do have pictures, and we've got a safety car on the circuit.
Oh, right. Okay.
Which is something that we didn't know about, so this is really, really interesting.
This is interesting. Hopefully the safety car works properly.
Yep, so I didn't expect to see the safety car on the circuit, but the safety car is on the circuit. Not sure how long it's been out for, but we'll see if the safety car goes in this lap or if it's going to stay out. It's going to stay out, so now we've got pictures. We'll do a stock take, catch up on what we missed. So Benjamin Dahlia still leads from RSM Latino. Kai Soggett and Brett Geraedts are 3rd and 4th, with Tony in 5th. Wayne Carr 6th, Claimbite in 7th, Dodger in 8th, Matt Cecil in 9th, Steve Warwick in 10th, Steve Burker in 11th, Stenny is in 12th, having a big lock-up, and Brap has elected to do a pit stop, and so has Peter Richards, so
I was just about to say that's probably not a bad idea.
it actually isn't. Like, you could possibly make it home from here. There's no window on the compulsory pit stop, I might add. So you can pit at any time you want, and if you can make it home from here, which you may just do, because there's not much fuel required, if you save a tiny bit of fuel, you have really good fuel numbers, it's very possible that you can get home from here.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
This could be a wonderful strategy play for these guys. Or it could be total disaster with the tyre worm. But that's what all these longer races are all about. So we'll have to find out what caused the safety car at some point. Hopefully we can find that out in the interviews. So hopefully we get a restart shortly. Lap we might get a restart. Nope, safety car's going to go around again. So anyone who elects to pit now will have to do it later on.
Well, sorry I wasn't commentating there. I was trying to get some info on why the safety car was out. Apparently there was a start line accident, for one. And two, there was another accident which caused the safety car to come out. So, yeah, interesting.
It is interesting. So we'll have to try and get some footage of that for everybody at some point. We won't be able to during this broadcast, but hopefully we can chase it back.
You know, it's going to be interesting with Burko pitting this early. See if the tyres hang on.
Will be interesting to see if the tyres do hang on for these guys. So we should have a restart this lap round, I'm believing.
Yes, I saw that on my father's screen. It's going green this lap.
Alrighty.
Looks like everyone's very keen to get going.
It does look like everyone's pretty keen to get going.
So yeah, first safety car, I believe, for this series this year.
It is the first
Super
safety
two.
car for this series this year, so hopefully these guys know the restart procedures. We're back away, we're back underway, and Benjamin Dahlia leads us into turn 1 from RSM Latino.
he's
He's
run
made a big
wide.
mistake. We watched the stream through.
Yeah, apparently there was a start line incident, which is a shame we didn't picture
It's a
up
shame we
on.
didn't get pictures of that.
The last time there was a real start line incident at Barbagallo, the category had to change with the field teams.
They did. Oh, jeez, there's a big battle pack at the back of the field. I'm just going to go
There
to
is?
that. This is all going all up. It's Brapp and Peter Richards from their pit stop trying to fight back, and they've got Stenny and Dodger to deal with. Oh, that's
Very optimistic move.
very optimistic move, but he's managed to get it done without having everyone off, which is surprising. But I'm going to continue to watch. These guys are going to be trying to get spots back. We'll be interested to see
Well,
how
they
they're...
pitted, but
Yeah.
that's a
it's
dive.
It's a big dive from Peter Stenberg.
It's giving him a rub.
That's given him a rub, but
It looks like he's going to lose a spot
he's
here.
going to lose the spot to Peter Richards, who also pitted early on. Oh,
Oh
Peter
no.
Richards is off. Big contact in the
Punted him
braking
off.
zone. Yeah,
Very aggressive driving there.
it was aggressive driving from Stenny, but I think Peter Richards may have moved over slightly as well, so playing for keeps, which you probably don't want to do. Steve Warwick side by side with Matt Cecil, and Matt Cecil's gone
Matt's
around.
gone.
Matt's gone, he's around. I know he's been having some technical difficulties with his wheels, so hopefully he's been able to solve them. And that's not the cause. And Brapp's off the road now. Brapp's around, and he's round and he's hit Matt
Brapp's
Cecil
safe.
slightly. So it's
happened there?
all going off at the back of the field. We go to the front, and still Benjamin Dahlia with a lead. So not much has changed at the front. Claim bite's up to 7, might I add. As I'm going to watch, and it's Stenny and Peter Richards on again at turn 1.
Battle for the back end of the top 10.
Yep, battle for the back end of the top 10. There's been quite a few incidents with this pack in the early stages. So see, Benjamin Dahlia has done a purple for the first sector.
That's impressive.
Is impressive. And I've noticed our lap counter's showing wrong, but we are on lap 7 of the race. So I'm gonna just flick it forward and see what else we've got going on. So Latino, Benjamin's really pulled away now from Latino, surprisingly. So Benjamin goes fastest for 54.6. So that's faster than this pole position lap.
It is. 1-3-2. Oh, 2-10. So who have we got that stopped? We've got Brapp and Peter Richards.
Peter Richards are the only two that have stopped, yep. But I reckon they'll be pretty fuel marginal, based on my knowledge. But
If they didn't save fuel while they come out of the pits, then they're in trouble.
if they save fuel under the safety car, which they may have with that extra lap, they may have enough to make it home here, which is going to be very interesting because they can be on for possible race win. They've made mistakes, unfortunately, but if they didn't, they'll probably get a good result. But that could have been a possible race winning strategy had they have not been caught up with other things going on. I think some of the faster guys may have elected not to do that due to tyre condition and also fuel burn. So I'm not sure what to really focus on here. I'm just going to focus on the leading bunch.
Well, I know to make it home here you need about 122.5 litres in total.
That's what I've heard with 120 litre tanks. You only need 10 litres, which is only about
Well,
5 laps of
actually
fuel.
112 litre tank.
112,
So
sorry. Yeah. So it's only about 5 litres of fuel, if that you need to put in this car.
be interesting to see if anyone started with a lighter tank to gain some speed. I've seen a yellow flag there. I'm not sure if that brought the safety car out.
Yeah, I'm just trying to follow up what is cause of the yellow flag. I believe it may be Dodgers made an error at the final corner. So Dodgers, looks like he's got quite bad damage on that Holden VF Commodore. so he's looking around a bit. Hopefully he can get that rectified. Looks like there may be a tyre down on it. Hard to tell, but he's going to hold up Latino here, but he knows he's done a good job and he's got out of the way.
On the MFR cars there in the background had a bit of a wriggle. Kai. Oh, did I just hear a car spin around?
Oh, yep, it was, believe it or not, guess who it was? It was Wayne Carr, and I'm going to look at a replay. It's Wayne Carr once again.
What's he done? I reckon he's gotten on the power early.
He's come in here and he's just picked up the power early. Easy to do, very easy mistake, and unfortunately, it's put him around. And he's only lost a handful of spots, by the looks. So we'll go back to light pictures. He's only dropped back to 8, so it's been fairly good.
Where has Dodger gone?
Good question.
It's like he's gone into the wrong pit, though.
Looks like Dodger has actually gone into the wrong pit lane.
I'm going to say it. I think he's been into the sponsor's cabinet again.
Potentially. We don't like to speculate. I've just noticed that Stenny versus Wayne Carr's on, and I want to watch this battle.
So do I. This should be very...
Because these two do not like one another. Oh!
Oh, and yeah, I can see why.
I can see why too.
That'll be a visit to the steward's room.
That will be a visit to the steward's room. They're from Peter Stenberg. That's... Whether he's not, he's missed his braking marker there, or whether he's got into him, but he's definitely got into him. We don't really like to see that. Wayne Carr's now elected to pit. He's elected to pit and get out of this after his spin. The battle's still on here between Peter Richards and Stenny, which do we focus on that or do we go back up to the front? Because I've noticed that Kai Slogger has pulled onto the back of RSM Latino.
Okay, wow. There you go, he's found some pace.
So Kai's found some pace and he's looking at making a pass here on Latino. These front guys have really stretched away, and I've just seen Dodger has retired from the race, so he's our first retirement, I believe. Wayne Carr's going to come out a lap down.
Well, that's not surprising here. Considering he fell back probably half a lap. He wasn't too far behind these guys. And then
it's one of these tracks where you go a lap down when you in your pit. It does have a fairly long pit lane by the sides of the track. A lot of the action is fairly spread out now.
Well, I believe we're coming on to start lap 14.
We are, so I expect the pit window to sort of start to open very shortly.
Yeah, nearly about the halfway mark, so... These cars do look good under lights, though.
They do look exceptional under lights. Racing under lights is awesome. Need to see more of it. Headlights on, brake disc glowing.
Flames. It's good.
Benjamin Dahlia has really stretched away here at the front of the field.
Another impressive drive.
Has been an impressive drive. I'm just going to look through the field. There's a bit of a battle between Steve Warwick and Matt Cecil. And the Clean Bite's running well there in 7th actually. It's quite impressive.
Well, was that Burko off the road?
He ran a bit wide, I think. So
I
will actually go through and do a bit of a stock take before we get the pit stops underway. We've got Benjamin Dahlia and he has got a 2.6 second lead over RSM Latino. He's currently in a bit of a battle with Kai Slogger. We've then got Geraedts who's slightly further back with Tony in a 5th position. Steve Burko is a fair bit further back than I thought, but I know he had a bad start, so he's recovered to 6th, which is not too bad. Peter Richards is in 7th, who's the first of our cars that stopped, with a Claim Bite in 8th. Steve Warwick in 9th, with Matt Cecil in 10th. Brap is in 11th, who's also stopped. Peter Stenberg is in 12th, and Wayne Carr is our only car a lap down due to pitting, and he's our third pitter. Dodger has retired from the race.
Yeah, once again, that's unfortunate, but it looks like someone's actually
Yeah, I've just
elected
noticed
to pit.
High Sloggett has elected to pit, and he's used the incorrect pit entrance lane.
Yeah, that's hopefully not gained him any time.
Hopefully not. It's all learning for these guys, but
Yeah, I would assume people will start coming in.
we'll assume people will start coming in. I'm just having a bit of a gander, and Kai Sloggett's come out at the back of the straight. So he's actually behind Peter Richards, who stopped. So Peter Richards is actually in a fairly good position here. As we suspected, that pit stop under the safety car was a very clever idea. So he was involved in dramas as well, so he's actually quite surprising. And Benjamin Daly is in, our race leader is into the pit lane, so it's all about to start to kick off.
See how long this pit stop takes. Should be a roughly. Well, there's Peter Richards in the background.
I'm interested
Coming
to
out
see.
the final corner.
Yep. So Peter
There he
Richards
is.
is actually going to be the effective race leader of this race, which is actually quite impressive.
And there goes Kai as well, so that's a very slow pit stop.
It's a very slow pit stop there for Benjamin.
I'd say he's done what I said earlier in the race, that he's short-filled the car to make it quick off the start.
And he's forgotten that it adds lots of fuel in. I mean, these are going to be
That's
lessons
a lot.
for these Super 2 guys.
Yes, that's
The
correct.
fuel takes ages to put in, so these are things these guys don't normally deal with, so this is what it's all about, and it's going to really hurt him. That's been a very slow pit stop, so he's going to have a lot of work on his hands to fight back from that. And RSM Latino currently now leads the race. Not really too many cars close on the track. I'm going to go back to the Steve Warwick, Peter Richards sort of battle area.
Steve hasn't pitted yet.
Steve has not pitted yet, Peter has, so, but he's fuel marginal. So we're currently on lap 18, so we're getting into this race, and I'm surprised that more guys haven't actually elected to stop. But the safety car would have helped their tyres.
Correct. It's going to be interesting with Peter Richards with his tyres at the back end of the race. So, as
He's
I
actually
say
gone
that,
around, he's gone around.
he's had a half spin. So
Had a half spin, so tyres might start to be going on that car, and it may not elect
Still's
to
got
have
to
been
do
the best strategy.
another 15 laps. So that'll be interesting.
As we have lost pitches temporarily.
Well, Latino's come into pit, so interesting to see where he comes out.
My pitcher's back again shortly. Unfortunately, there's a strange issue that seems to be hampering our efforts.
Yeah, just looking at timing, looks like Latino has come out the pits, and he is in 8th, and he's actually behind Kai Sloggett and Peter Richards. So
Kai's
probably another one that
Yeah.
short fill.
Kai's really benefited here from the pit stop phase of this race. It will
Yeah,
be interesting to see if Latino can chase him down. He's not that far back.
and he's got fresher tyres as well. So
So Kai's now the effective race leader. And
looks like Steve Warwick's in the lane.
Steve Warwick is in the lane. So I'm just going to see if we can get a stock take of who actually pitted. I don't actually know, sorry, so I can't.
And I believe a claim bite has actually had a spin.
Has he?
Because he dropped back to 13th, so that's unfortunate there.
It is unfortunate there. And we will endeavour to have images again shortly.
Hopefully we get pictures now. But for now, the timing will do. Got Brett out in front of us, pitted yet.
Claimbite is also in the wrong pit lane.
Oh no. That's what practice is for, and
It is what practice is for. I mean, pit stops are a valuable part of racing, and
it's a bit silly of them considering they would have exited the pit lane
Stenny's
out of
gone
there
around.
during practice. Actually, one thing I didn't pick up on is that Steve Burko's in second place. And he pitted early as well.
yeah, so that is interesting.
And he's only 11.7 seconds, or 11 and a half now, behind Brett. Well, actually, the timing's gone funky and now it says 7, so...
Just give me a sec. Right. Yeah, I just had to sort out a small issue. Still got pictures. So Steve Burko is now in second place, and I'm not sure, did he early pit? I've just spoken to Stenny, and he's pitted, so his pit stop's done, he's out of the way. So I didn't know that he'd pitted either, so we missed that.
Yeah, okay. I've actually lost pictures.
Have you lost pictures, have you?
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
We'll,
I think
now got
it's
pictures
back now.
I think we now should have pictures back for everybody.
Yep, there we go.
So Peter Richards is in third. Let's get a bit of a stock take. So Steve Burko leads, and you're telling me that he's already pitted.
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, I think he may have, but we may have missed it. Kai Sloggett is definitely pitted, and he's in second place. Peter Richards is definitely pitted, he's in third. RSM Latino is pitted, he's fourth. Brett is pitted, he's fifth. Benjamin's dropped down to sixth in the pit stop phase. Brapp is seventh with an early pit stop. Tony in eighth. Wayne Carr is in ninth with a bit of a shocker again. True, not really a lot of fault of his own. Steve
Actually,
Warwick
looking at the pit stop counter, I don't think Burko has
Matt
pitted,
is in
so
12th. And a Claimbite is in 13th in the wrong pit lane once again. So maybe Steve hasn't pitted.
well, I'm sure we'll find out soon. Oh, makes a slight error there. Still got Steve out in front. Slightly wide.
Honestly, he's running slightly wide. So I'm actually going to go back to Peter Richards and Latino because he's catching him. Just want to see, he seems to be drawing closer. Benjamin Daly is lighting up the timing screen, but he's a long way back, so there is still a lot to
Last lap.
play
56.1 from Peter Richards. Oh, to 54.9 from RSM Latino. So I'd say in a couple of laps he's going to have him.
for. He's going to have him in a couple of laps. We're currently
The early
we've
pit
got 10
stop
laps to
might
go.
not have worked.
Might not have worked, but to be honest, he was way at the back, so maybe it has worked. It's brought him up the order a long way, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think he's going to struggle towards the back end of this race for pace. Sort of get the impression he might drop like a bit of a stone.
I think so.
there's that. There goes RSM Latino. He's at the inside and he's got that pass done. So he's now up into third. And Steve Burko is still yet to pit if he hasn't pitted. So going the distance. Just looking through the field.
Nice.
Going to go back to 11th and 12th. There's a battle between Stenny and Matt Cecil that I'm just going to focus on. Not too many other battles on the track, so...
It'll be interesting to see here how this ends up.
It's interesting.
Stenny's been in a bit of the wars tonight.
He has been in a bit of the wars tonight. He's been in some dramas, but still running strong on the lead lap, so despite his dramas, only just on the lead lap.
Well, at least he's used the right pit lane.
Well, he has used the right pit lane.
As he locks up.
Does lock up, so those guys were pretty equal in pace last lap, so just interested to see if Matt has an attack at him.
I think he might here as Stenny runs wide. Matt might have a look down the inside of the bowl here. Oh yeah, elects not to. Oh, Stenny gets loose. Oh, he's giving him a hit.
Matt's flashed his lights. He's not greatly happy about that.
Stenny covers for the fake dive there.
In the pit lane.
Oh, Matt runs very, very wide. There's a car in the pit lane. Would that be Burko maybe?
No, Burko is just behind this leading pack. It is a claim bite that's found the pit lane.
He's found the pit lane. Okay.
So these guys are going to be caught up with the leader shortly, and I'm not sure. I reckon claim bite has received a drive-through penalty. We've just witnessed.
After driven through so many different pit lanes.
Yeah, he's done his fair share of drive-throughs.
He has.
Just looking, RSM Latino's lighting up the timing screens. It's on fire on my timing screen, but if Steve Burko has actually pitted here, I mean, we don't know. We really don't know what's going on, unfortunately. I'm going to flick away from this battle now, because not much is happening at holding station. Back onto the front, because it's about to be on between Steve Burko and Kai Slogger, which is just behind the battle we're just watching.
Yeah.
Oh, and Steve's gone around. He's managed to get out of the way of the leaders, but I'm going to see if we can get a replay of that. Just give me a second. So we'll get a replay of Stenny and Matt. Whatever happened here, Stenny's just lost it on the rear brake on his own.
He's probably just gassed it up.
He's gassed it up, yeah, he's gassed it up by himself, so... Unfortunate there, but that was a good little battle that we watched there for a little bit. We'll go back to the front, and Steve Burko currently leading by only 0.3 of a second now. So...
If he hasn't pitted, he should probably do it now.
Yeah, you'd suggest so, but as I say, we're unsure. Our information suggests that he hasn't, but...
He definitely has to. It is a compulsory pit stop.
It is a compulsory pit stop. So Kai Slogger's now on him, and RSM Latino is catching these guys as well at a great rate of knots. In the background, he's just managed to get past Eddie, the lap car, and he's charging his way back towards the front. As is Benjamin Dahlia actually, so I reckon we're going to have a bit of a grandstand finish here with 5 laps to go. As Kai Slogger is now at the inside of Steve Burko, and he's pit stop or no pit stop, Kai Slogger is our race leader.
Well, there we go. It's a good move from Kai there.
It's a good move from Kai
Looking
there.
at the previous sector splits, I knew it was a matter of when, not if.
It was
Kai.
definitely a matter of when, not if. Now the matter is just whether RSM Latino can catch both of these cars.
I think it'll be difficult to catch Kai, but I still think he can catch Burko if he hadn't pitted him. We don't know.
We don't know. Look, looking back through though, RSM Latino, we've got Brett Geraedts is in 4th, and he's getting caught by Benjamin Dahlia, who's recovering from a slow pit stop. With Peter Richards is in 6th now, and he's now under attack from Tony, so he's dropping back like a stone with those old tyres. Bratt's in 8th, Wayne Carr in 9th, Steve Warwick in 10th, Matt Cecil in 11th, Steady in 12th, Claimbite in 13th, and Dodger being our only retirement. So, gonna keep an eye on the, I think the Brett Geraedts, Benjamin Dahlia battle. So I get the impression that it's gonna happen here in a few laps. Also the Peter Richards, Tony battle I'm just gonna go to. Because Tony's making a move up the inside of the final corner, and he's got that done with pretty
I think Peter knows that his tyres are quite worn, so no point in fighting.
He's played the risk game on strategy, and if things went differently, it could have paid off for him, so you gotta have a go. I don't think it's gonna hurt him any more than where he would have finished anyway, so
No.
good to see that some guys have elected to take that safety car and get that stop out of the way.
It's all lessons for these guys, which is good.
It is all lessons for these guys.
Well, we thought we'd change it up a little bit.
Exactly right, give these guys a... I mean, we don't do pit stops in this series, so it adds to it. I mean, the guy who was dominating the first half of this race has had a bad pit stop cycle and effectively thrown away a race win. So... So I'm going to make the assumption that Steve has to have pitted. Because we're on lap 33 now, and he wouldn't pit on the last lap. So
Either that, or he hasn't read the rules in saying that you have to do a compulsory pit stop.
even then though, he would have struggled to make it this far on fuel numbers without doing the
He
paces.
could have saved under the safety car.
Unless he saved under the safety car. And RSM Latino's actually gone around in the background, so he's made a big mistake. Unfortunately, he's gone around. Oh, he's going to lose a number of spots.
Oh no. Now, if he loses the championship later on in the year, and it's because of that, he will be filthy.
He will be filthy. A lot of his competitors are pretty much all the cars in front of him, but for Mark Hire are his competitors in this series. So, really need a strong performance here tonight with it being effectively double points, with it only being the one race.
You're going to pick up a good haul of points if you win this one.
Certainly are, 300 to be exact. So, and at the minute it's Kai Sloggett who's got the race lead, and he is not one of our championship contenders, so... I think it's going to be on here in the background, but we've got Brett who's chasing down Steve, who's being chased down by Ben, but they may all run out of time to attack one another.
What lap we're on? We're on lap 34 actually.
We are on lap 34, so I believe we're about to start. We have now started the final lap.
Or was that the final lap? That might have actually been the final.
That might have actually been the final lap. So that'll be Kai Sloggett who's won that race from Steve Burko, with Brett Geraedts in 3rd position, Benjamin Dahlia in 4th, RSM Latino is in 5th, Tony in 6th, Peter Richards in 7th, Brapp in 8th, Wayne Carr in 9th, Steve Warwick is going to cross the line to finish 10th, Matt Cecil is in 11th, he's now crossing the line to finish, with Peter Stenberg in 12th, Claimbite in 13th, and Dodger, our only retirement in that 35 lap race, which is surprising. I would have thought that there may have been a couple of cars go out considering we had a safety car, but most of the guys seem to be able to keep it on the road. So we'll take a short break here and we'll be back with some interviews from some of the drivers. And we're back here from Wanneroo Raceway, and we're going to speak to our race winner. Hi Kai, congratulations on the race win tonight. You seem to play it well in the pit stop there and jump ahead of a lot of your other competitors.
Yeah, thanks, mate. I thought I've been watching a lot of the iRacing E-Series lately, and a lot of the early stops have been paying off, so I thought I'd jump in and take my chance, and it worked out.
Definitely worked out, mate. You were in third there, I think, in the early stages of that race, and you managed to jump up and take what was almost effectively the race lead, other than Peter Richards, who I believe stopped under that safety car. You came out, and yeah, from then on in, you were the guy that they had to chase down, and you managed to hold your nerve and collect that race win.
I'm trying to just be consistent at the end there. I was worried about that going first towards the end. I wasn't sure whether you pitted or not, but I was just trying to stay calm, and I spoke to him before. He said he was struggling with tyres, so yeah, I was just trying to keep it nice and consistent, and it paid.
Yeah, we weren't sure if he'd pitted as well, because we unfortunately missed the first lap and what caused the safety car due to some technical dramas. But we've now heard word that he pitted on lap 1 after the dramas at the start. So that would explain why his tyres were in such poor condition towards the end of the race.
Yeah, that's right. I was 5 laps to go. I was on his bum, and I'm thinking he's going to go in any minute, but he didn't. So
Congratulations. It's a different format for us in this series, and you've been the benefactor and managed to pull off the race win, so congratulations.
yeah, no, it was good. I haven't been on the rig for a while, but I just want to thank our sponsors, WD Concreting, Snap-on Tools Blacktown, Auto Kings, Aussie Signs Designs, Andrew Crane Hire, Virtual Car Art, Bassam Team Racing, and Gearing Motorsport. And thanks, guys. You put on a great show as well.
No worries, thanks. We try our
Thanks,
best,
mate.
even though we have dramas at times. But thanks for turning up and putting on a good show. So we'll speak to our second place man now, is in Steve Burko. Steve, we didn't know during the broadcast when you pitted because we missed the entire first 2 laps of the race, but well done on pitting early and managing to hold on there with those close tyres and holding on to second place.
Thanks very much. It was a bit of a struggle towards the end there. I lost a lot of grip in the left side, and yeah, coming through some of those corners, it was almost sideways.
Yeah, with the track being a mostly right turning track, definitely hurts the left-hand tyres, so I can see you would have had a few struggles there. We did actually mention at the broadcast that anyone who pitted under that safety car or before it was going to struggle towards the end of the race, so you did well to hold your nerve, and you had a battle there with Kai at the end for the race lead. How was that going for you?
Well, running with the engineer, he was just telling me that he was going to catch up to me no matter what, and due to the tyres being the way they were, I thought I could hold him off for a little bit at least, but as soon as he got the run on the inside at the bowl, I was just like, nah, I'm not even going to attempt to fight that, just let him take it and fall in line. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations on your second place. It should help you in your championship charge that was hampered a bit last round. You are going to be at other rounds in the future, or?
Oh, most definitely. The last round, just, certain external things happened, personal things, so I had to go and do that, and yeah, but I should be around for the future, no problem.
Well, congratulations on P2 and good luck for the rest of the championship, because you're definitely one of our contenders, and we'll see you at the next round.
Thanks very much.
So I believe it was Brett that was our final position on the podium. So we'll have a chat with him. Hi Brett, well done on P3 tonight. Long race, pit stops, new things for this series that drivers haven't dealt with before, but you managed to come out on the podium.
Yeah, cheers, Kurt. I didn't even know how to set up the pit stop. I had to ask Kai when we're in the warm up, how do we do it? And I had to set all the buttons up and hurriedly try to make sure that it was all working. But few different strategies tonight. I know Kai did the undercut and I went for the overcut, and I guess we both had similar results at the end. Like Kai jumped a few and I jumped a few, so that was good.
Yeah, definitely interesting strategy-wise. Some guys pitting under that safety car right at the very start of the race and trying to go the whole way. Some guys pitting reasonably early and other guys pitting late. So definitely spiced it up. We did mention in the pre-race stuff that we thought that some of the guys that hadn't run one of the main series events before with pit stops was going to be a new learning curve for them. So it's good that you've confirmed that for us, because that's why we put this one on, is to give everyone a bit of an experience with that. But yeah.
Yeah, no, it was something different, and I don't ever think it told me that I had to be in the pits for 10 seconds, but I think I left after 9.5, and I was kind of worried there for a second that I actually hadn't taken tyres or anything like that, so I had to quickly jump to my tyre tab and confirm that I actually did take tyres, because it's all new to me.
Yeah. Oh well, you seem to get the pit stop done perfectly for the first time go, and you managed to get third spot. So yeah, good luck for the next round. And would you like anyone you'd like to thank?
I think Kai's covered off the sponsors, so I won't go through them again because it's a fairly long list. But I do want to thank Kai as well for the setup. He's pretty good engineer. He engineers it pretty well. So I was struggling there at the beginning until he chucked me a set, but yeah, picked it up near the end, so that was good.
Yeah, he definitely did a good job. He's come in and won the race, and obviously it's a good setup. Both your cars on the podium, so that's a strong result for MFR.
Yeah, can't ask for much more for the two team cars on the podium. I mean, one step higher for me would have been good, but it is what it is. Steve's done an amazing job as well, so congrats to him too on second.
No worries. Good luck with your championship charge and at the next round, and we'll see you there.
Cheers, guys. Thanks again for putting it on.
Thank you.
Well, Cole, that was an interesting night of racing, you must say.
It was. I've been told by my father that the highlights package should be good, especially from the start of the race that we missed.
Well, we will have to see that, because that sounds like it's exciting, but we missed it, considering safety car doesn't come out for nothing in Automobilista. Us knowing that sometimes it comes out pretty easily, but other times it takes a literal apocalypse to come out. So, sounding like maybe the actual apocalypse has occurred on the start line and we've missed it. So, yeah, definitely long race, produced different results, showed different skills in drivers that were more consistent, drivers that were on top of their pit stop game, drivers that knew how to play the strategy card. Definitely did well here with Steve playing the strategy card and Ben not playing the strategy card as such, even though he was probably the fastest guy out here tonight. So, delivered. Shootout delivered in a mixed grid, and yeah, but next round we're back to regularly scheduled programming in this series.
Yeah, we are. It should be good.
So we'll see you all there at the next round, which I believe is penciled down to be at Winton.
I believe so. Yes, I was just trying to think of that myself.
Yeah, I've been trying to think. That's why I haven't mentioned it. So
Yep.
I believe it is penciled to be Winton. So, tomorrow night we'll be live again. Well, we won't be, but we'll be racing. But the professionals, even though they sort of laugh when I call them that, the professionals will be live here again tomorrow night from Barbagallo Raceway for 2 more races with the main guys. And we will be witnessing whether or not Dane Warren can continue his incredible run of race wins. Even though he actually didn't, I just remembered that he actually lost a race last round, but that's a rare occurrence for Dane Warren, as we know, Cole. So
it is. Well, hopefully we can beat him. So
hopefully we can beat him. There's a certain West Australian here who's very proud West Australian who wants to make sure that he wins on his home soil. So we'll be having a big go at it again tomorrow night. And thanks everyone for watching, and goodbye until next time.